On this episode of The Harbor, we're going to hear from one of my favorite people on the planet, Danny Evans, talk about the importance of being comfortable with who you are and not giving in to peer pressure.
My name is Danny Evans. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for a brand called Ethika. I get to work with some of the biggest athletes, music artists, and influencers in the world. Every day, tens of thousands of kids say yes to things they don't really want to say yes to. Peer pressure. It's one of the biggest challenges you guys will face in high school. Growing up, I was just like you, sitting in the classroom, going through a lot of firsts. Your first high school football game, first dance, first kiss, first date. My parents were really supportive. They gave me a lot of freedom, and they made it very clear you can keep having this freedom as long as you don't get in trouble. As high school progressed, the temptations kind of grew, and all around me, I was watching my friends start to get caught drinking and get suspended from school or get caught with drugs, and all throughout that, I was just able to say no. I had this vision of myself and where I wanted to be. I had goals and I knew kind of how I needed to get there and what I wanted to do. And I also knew that if I would have started drinking or doing drugs and getting caught and getting in trouble with my parents or the school, it would have really held me down from a lot of the stuff that I really wanted to be doing. I was really into action sports, skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding, music, and I really looked up to a lot of the athletes. For me, everything was just like, you gotta find a career, you gotta find a way to work with people you love. So basically I was really scared to mess that up with any sort of drinking or drugs or temptations. And as high school progressed, it became a little bit easier. At first, it's always hard. You kind of want to be accepted and thought of as cool, and it gets a little bit easier every single year. You may find yourself in a situation where you have a math class or a science class you're supposed to be at, and somebody says, hey man, you don't need to go to that class, let's ditch today. Are you the type of kid that is just gonna say, okay, sure, let's go do that, even though you know you should be in that class and that's something that you were obligated to be at? I challenge you guys to ask yourself a question. Is the decision you're making really the decision you wanna make? Or is it the decision that somebody else wants you to make? Most of the time, the people pressuring you to make a decision know that decision's wrong and they don't wanna be making it by themselves. Peer pressure is never gonna go away. Throughout high school, it's gonna be the toughest. And once you can get through that, college and your career is just gonna become a little bit easier, but it's always gonna be there. As you grow older, you can look back at high school and realize the people that everybody was trying to impress, or the cool kids, they're not really that cool, and their opinion of you isn't really gonna make a difference in the big picture of life. And I've always lived life by, one kind of motto when it comes to peer pressure, and that is, hey, I'm gonna respect your decisions if you respect mine. Right now, I work in an industry where every day, I get to go to work with my heroes. The only reason that's possible is because of respect. The relationships I have with these people, they know that I'm not gonna give in to peer pressure and that every decision I make is gonna be something that I truly wanna do. At the end of the day, making a decision you wanna make will always result in respect.